poppin', homies? It's your favorite home with Gossip Girl, and today I want to talk to you about Edgar Garcia and his girlfriend, Aracelis Medina. They were on the run for 2 years, and they have finally been arrested. Let's go ahead and get into that. A couple who were on the run for 2 years have been arrested on suspicion of torturing a 7-year-old to death and sexually abusing and trafficking other children. Edgar Garcia, who is 34, and his girlfriend, Aracelis Medina, who is 38, have been placed on the U.S. Marshals' 15 Most Wanted in February. The first time a couple had made the list. The pair were taken into custody by Mexican officials. The Marshal Service said on Friday. The previous week, they were charged in Franklin County, Washington, with aggravated murder, 4 counts of child rape and child assault. Five of their children who had been listed as missing and endangered were rescued during the arrest. The children were returned to the United States and placed in protective custody. Investigators say they believe the couple were abusing and trafficking their children. That is just sick. That is just really, really sick. And I hope they get what's coming to them. 2 of Garcia's daughters, aged 8 and 3, were found abandoned in Tijuana, Mexico in late 2020. The 2 girls were taken into child protective custody in Mexico, but word of their recovery did not reach their hometown of Washington for another half a year. And that's the hometown of Pasco, Washington. Both girls show signs of severe physical and SA, said the U.S. Marshals. Subsequent forensic interviews done with both girls determined that Garcia and Medina had likely been abusing and sex trafficking the children. The 8-year-old girl says she survived unimaginable torture and RAPE at her Washington home, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children said. According to the police in Pasco, Washington, the remains of the girl's 7 and 7-year-old brother were found in early 2022 by hikers in rural Benton County, Washington, about 20 minutes from Garcia and Medina's Washington home. So let me just read that again. The remains of the girl's 7-year-old brother were found in early 2022. Oh my goodness. Authorities said they suspected the boy was tortured to death and his body was just dumped out there. The remains were later identified as Garcia's son, Edgar Jr. And he's such a little cutie. Why, this is what I don't understand. Why do people have children if they want to abuse them and do all this stuff to them? Why have children? Why? Because it's obvious that these two, they don't have the right to have kids at all. They shouldn't have kids in their presence. They shouldn't even have children. If they was going to sit here and abuse them and traffic them, that is horrible. Why would anybody put kids through such things? If it's torture for adults and it's bad for adults to be treated in that way, come on, why would you do that to children? Why? Well, let's continue. This is the worst case I've come across in 9 years as a detective. And his name is Detective John Davis. And he said that in a statement on February 2022. What we've seen from this investigation, they have no problem hurting children to outright murder. A reward of up to $25,000 had previously been announced for more information leading to the pair's arrest. Okay. Now, the advances in technology used by law enforcement combined with assistance from our federal partners, in this case, the U.S. Marshals, were instrumental. And that was said by the police chief, Ken Ross. And he told that to CNN, noting that the suspected murder and assaults have been tragic for his community. He added, "I'm thankful the rest of the siblings have been rescued and now are safe." The couple crossed the border into Mexico on June 2021, which investigators thought was an attempt to escape justice after the boy's death. The U.S. Marshal Service said they might have had 5 children with them, 3 of Medina's children from a previous marriage and 2 children that Garcia fathered with another woman. The couple are in custody in Mexico and are expected to be extradited to the U.S. to face criminal proceedings. We are so thankful that all 5 missing children have been rescued safely. And that was said by John Bishkoff, Vice President of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and he said it on Friday. The charges against Aracelis Medina and Edgar Garcia are heinous, and we commend the unwavering dedication of law enforcement. I cannot wait to see what type of punishment, what their sentencing is going to be. I can't wait to see it. They just need to do life under the jail. Under the jail. They need to be under the jail. Because what they did to those children is horrible. It's horrible. Who treats children like that? Who treats kids like that? Why would you do that? I tell you, boy, it's just so much going on in this world. Sometimes it just makes your head hurt. You know, when you don't see me post for a few days and I do stories like this, it just really bothers me, and I gotta take a few days, because the story with Taylor, that just broke my heart altogether, and I needed a few days from that. You know, it's just so sad that people don't value children's life or even adults' lives. They just think they can do what they want to people, hurt people, and nothing happens to them. They think they're going to escape justice, but no, justice always catches up to you. And in this case, Garcia and Medina, they need to be put under the jail. As a matter of fact, no. Leave them in general population with their cells open, and every day for as long as they are sentenced, and they need to get life in jail. Leave their cell open every day, every night. And I'm telling you, a cellmate go in there and commits to beating both of them. So they know what it feels like to be abused. I mean, come on. You are trafficking your children, and then the little boy, he's out there, and they found his remains. A hiker found his remains. Like, come on. So you're just going to dump him and then haul ass to Mexico. Well, I'm glad they caught him. I'm so glad they caught him, because they were on the run for 2 years. This is just sickening. It's just really, really, really sickening. So let's go ahead and see what some of these comments are saying. Some people do not deserve to exist. Absolutely unspeakable. These poor children. Demons walk amongst us. They are with Jesus now. Precious angels, rest in peace. I feel sick reading this. Poor babies. Such evil lurks among us. These kids shouldn't have to go through anything like this. They shouldn't. It's just sickening, man. We are living among some evil people out here. And it's just like, what the heck is going on? What is going on? But anyway, you guys, that's all I have about this story. Let me tell you something. If I find out any more, even their trial date or sentencing, I will let you guys know. But just that poor baby. Those kids, those poor kids. It's just so sad. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you later.